All right, all right, all right. Happy Monday, everyone. Welcome to the Holy Ghost Homegirls channel. My name is Dr. Antoinette Brookins. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist. Here on this channel, we talk about all things Jesus and how to manage our mental health using faith-based practices. I also give fashion tools, tips, and techniques, typically through my outfit of the day. So if that sounds like something that's interesting to you, go ahead and tap in, tap in. Okay, guys, so today we are going to be talking about the dangers of following trends. Okay. And so many of you guys are going to be catching this on the replay. I'm just going to go ahead and get started. If you guys missed anything, go ahead and just do a little bit of a rewind so that we can get started. Okay. Guys, listen, there was a time in my life there was a time in my life that I used to shop every single day. And y'all, and I'm gonna tell you, I didn't even really have money to shop every single day, but it had become a very expensive habit and probably, if I'm being honest, an addiction. Okay. And so it when you think about things in your life that kind of have like a chokehold on you, I know that's like a word that people are using a lot now. They're talking about chokeholds, right? But this really was a chokehold. It really was bondage. There was a time in my life where I felt like I could not repeat the same outfit. If somebody already seen me in this outfit, I would never ever wear it again. Y'all lean in, listen to the mental health professional. Okay, because I really want to talk about the dangers of jumping on trends. Okay. And so, yes, I love fashion. Yes, your girl likes to look good. I hope that everybody likes to look good. I hope that, when we get up in the morning, we're thinking about how can I look nice? How could, my appearance reflect how I'm feeling on the inside? And I hope that you're feeling great on the inside. How can my appearance reflect my relationship with the Lord? Because listen, if the Lord has blessed us in any kind of way, and waking up in the morning is indeed a blessing, why not look like it? Okay. So, but let me tell you about this time in my life where I could not repeat the same outfit. Guys, I remember, you know, uh, going shopping every single day. Every day, I would be like at Ross. Okay, so it was either Ross or what was that other store? No, it was no Marshalls didn't come until later, but it was when I was going shopping every day. I was at Ross because I knew that I could find something different to wear. I felt like I could be bougie on the budget. I was shopping, 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 shopping. But one of the things that I noticed is it never really made me feel happy. So I want that to just kind of set in for a moment. It never made me feel happy. Although I looked good on the outside, much younger than I was in my early 20s, early to mid 20s, and real cute too, by the way, if I could say so myself, you know what I mean? Got lots of attention, but I felt like garbage on the inside. I was trying to paint this very beautiful picture, and it felt good when people were giving me compliments and accolades and things like that. But I went home feeling very, well, depleted. I went home feeling very depleted. And so today, I really do want to talk about the dangers of jumping on trends. I want to talk to you guys about why I no longer jump on trends. Okay. And so, y'all know, in typical Holy Ghost Homegirls fashion, in typical Dr. Lady Net fashion, I got my notes here because I wanted to make sure that I didn't miss anything. But, and so let me say this is not to deter you from shopping. That's not what we're doing because I still shop, right? I just shop differently now, okay? This is not to deter you from looking good, from putting your clothes on, feeling good about yourself. The devil is a lie. Okay, that's not what this is about. This is about talking about how if we are not careful in this fashion industry, we can end up, very depressed, very anxious, very insecure, all those things. Okay. So if anybody is with me, if you could just do me a favor and give me, just say hello, let me know that you're there. I just want to know that I'm not talking to myself. It always feels better when somebody else is on the other side of this camera. All right. So I want to talk about marketing influence. Okay. I want to talk about marketing influence. And so here's the deal, because I often talk about the fashion industry. Right. If you guys are just joining me, I'm giving a mental health talk, and I hope that you guys will stay connected. Okay. So the marketing influence, guys, because those who are in the fashion industry are not really interested in in your mental health, your well-being. They want the almighty dollar. Hey, good to see you. Thank you for saying hello. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yahweh. Okay. So, they're interested in the almighty dollar. It is of no consequence to them that you are spending your life savings, that you're living paycheck to paycheck. It is of no consequence to them. They want the money in order to build their brand, right? And so, am I trying to talk you guys against brands? I am not. I love brands. I love luxury brands, but I love a whole lot of stuff, right? So anyway, so no, that's not it at all. I'm trying to get you guys to understand kind of like the spirit behind the fashion industry. Okay. So there's a social validation that happens when we are buying clothes and putting clothes on our body and things like that, right? Because social media, what it does is it really amplifies the need to keep up, to constantly keep up with the latest trend, with the latest fashion. That's why you see everybody with these fake handbags and stuff like that. If you got a fake handbag, I'm not talking, I'm not downing you, or I'm not doing that, right? But I'm just saying that's why you see it. That's why you see a lot of that kind of stuff, because they say, oh, this is on trend. Right. And so people do whatever they can to try to stay on trend. Right. Especially like if people feel like they're in the limelight, or if they want to impress people. But social media has done this to us. Social media has done a really, really good job of doing a bad thing. Okay, of telling us that we need this in order to have a full sense of self-esteem, a full sense of self-worth, all that kind of stuff, right? It really is detrimental to our lives and to our emotional health. We're going to talk more about that, right? But it has social media has really curated this perfect look, which is why I tell you guys all the time, girl, listen, you're gonna get what you get. So you don't see me wearing a lot of makeup. Good evening, Rhonda. Good to see you. You don't see me wearing a lot of makeup, and I'm not downplaying or talking about people who do wear makeup. I'm talking about me, right? Because that's not something that I could keep up every day. There is no way I could keep that up every day. Why? Because it's not really, a part of my personal aesthetic to wear makeup. Right. Quite frankly, I like the way my face looks like this, without any enhancements. I told you guys before the enhancements that I have, right? And so I'll tell you again, right? These eyebrows been microbladed. They super, super old now, right? They do need to be done again, right? Let me tell you why. Okay. Because in my 20s, I was plucking, plucking, plucking. Come on now, y'all know, right? If any of you guys are in your 50s, when we was in our 20s, it was the big thing to do, to just pluck, 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 pluck. So we plucked until we had nothing left to pluck, right? Because that was a big trend back in the day to have those super micro skinny, eyebrows. And so then we left with none. And so now, okay, so I needed a little help. All right. So yes, I wear lashes. I wear lashes. I don't wear strips. I wear individual lashes. I forget what you call them, but anyway, the individual lashes. Just because I just like the way they look. They give my eyes a little bit of a pop because I don't wear makeup, right? And so that is, I guess, in essence, is my makeup, right? So those are my enhancements. Okay. I wear lip liner and lip gloss. And if I'm feeling really fancy, I feel like I could try to put on some lipstick, but I don't really know how. So I'll be kind of messing up with that, right? But those are my enhancements. Okay. You know what I mean? So if you wear more, I'm okay with it, right? I mean, because who am I? Right? You know what I mean? I'm not saying anything bad about it at all. Right? I'm just saying I just like the way my face looks. Right. So anyway, but so I said all that to say is I'm not getting dressed up like that every day. That's not something that I want to do. Right. On days that I don't feel like combing my hair, or if I feel like, oh, my hair needs to be done or something like that, guess what? Y'all gonna see a ball cap. Y'all gonna see a ball cap. Sometimes I like kind of an urban look, so I'll do something like this, right? Because I don't believe that we have to be at a 10 every day. Right. Now, I do believe that when we go out into the community, that we should, try to put our best foot forward, that we should look presentable, how, whatever that means to you. I feel like I can look very nice, very cool, very fashionable, with a ball cap on, with this wrap on my head. Right. So, but I mean, yeah, I'm not getting ready to get dressed, you know, so I can sit on camera. I'm just not doing that. Hey Fatima, how you doing? Right? And I just don't think that's necessary for me. Right? This is real life. We don't have time to be doing stuff like that. I mean, do we? I mean, we got stuff to do. Right? We work throughout the day. Some of us have children. We have a husband. Some of us, have careers. We're married to ministry. It's like, girl, we got other stuff to do. Okay. And so, with that being said, it's like, listen, sometimes you get what you get. Now, I'm going to try to do a little something to it, before I get on camera, whatever the case may be. But I'm not about to get like fully dressed or whatever like that. I'm not doing that because I just don't think that that's real life. Right. And I like to practice what I preach. And I talk to a lot of various women and I tell them, hey, you know what I mean? It's like, don't take yourself so seriously all the time. Right. And so I try to be that for people as well. All right. So let's go to another thing is shifting standards. Okay. Trends change fast. That's another reason why I ditch trends because they change too fast. It makes it almost impossible to stay current. Right. And so now we spending a bunch of money trying to keep up with the latest this or the latest that. You know what I mean? So you constantly invest in time, energy, and money. Right. And like I said, I don't have a disposable income. And even if I did, that's not something that I want to do. Right. And not to mention that I don't always like the trends. Right. You know what I mean? I think I posted something not too long ago about skinny jeans. Girl, they said skinny jeans was out. I'm like, listen, y'all gonna get these skinny jeans, right? Because I pay my good money for them, and I'm gonna show you how to style them so you can continue to wear them. Just because there's a trend doesn't mean that you have to jump on it. But besides all that, some of these trends are not made for Christian women anyway. Not made for women anyway, right? Certain things we just need to stay completely away from. Right, it's so detrimental to us trying to keep up with the world, their fashion statements, their fashion views, all of the things that they say, because right now the fashion trend is be butt naked. That's the fashion trend right now. Show all your booty, show all your breasts, show all your belly, show them thighs. I mean, it's telling you to show everything. It's like, listen, are we keeping nothing sacred? Right? You know what I mean? And I hope it doesn't feel like I'm scolding because that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to talk about the detriments of it. And when we're doing that, we're compromising our Christian values. We really are. Right? We're compromising our Christian values. And then how do we stand before a holy God? How do we stand before a holy God, hands lifted up, you know what I mean? Going boldly to the throne of grace when we know that our tail been out all on social media, all up in these streets. Like, how do we? That's like really actually a real question, right? Y'all hear my husband? He just came in. He talking loud. I had to tell him, man, I'm on the live. Anyway, all right. But yeah, so we're spending all this time, we're spending all this money. But like I said, I don't even be liking all these trends that be coming in. All right. One thing about me is I wear what I like. If I like it, if I feel like it looks good on me, and you know what I mean, I wear it. I remember when I was in high school, I was like that too. Although I was very trendy in high school, but there were certain shoes that I saw. I'm like, oh, those are cute shoes. I remember finding a pair of shoes at the thrift shop, honey. You couldn't tell me nothing. You couldn't tell me nothing, honey. I wore them shoes. Were they old timey shoes? Yes, they were. And people would be like, "Girl, where you get them old shoes?" I'm like, "Ain't they cute though? Ain't they cute though?" Right? Because by the time I had gotten to high school, I had a better self-esteem. Now, when I was in junior high school, yeah, that wouldn't have happened. Right. And so I started telling you guys a little bit about my story, you know what I mean? Just dealing with low self esteem, low self worth, and all of that kind of stuff, which really led to over consumerism. Right, growing up in holiness, and I thank the Lord for my Christian upbringing and background. I thank the Lord. I mean, I really wouldn't change that. I wouldn't change that. Do I wish that certain things could be different, certain elements could be different? Well, quite certainly, right? You know what I mean? But it's like I remember being bullied, ridiculed, talking about for wearing them long skirts and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? And so when I said, when I get grown, I'm just gonna wear what I want, right? Because I did have very low self-esteem, right? And not because the things weren't cute, it's because other people were immature. My mother always made sure that we had nice things, right? My dad always made sure that he gave us the money to have nice things, right? You know what I mean? Granted, like I said, it wasn't necessarily what I wanted to wear, but it was cute and it was fashionable. But it's like, I just remember growing up thinking, like, man, we got to wear skirts every day. I mean, I don't know if I got any more, sanctified sisters who are here with us who had to wear skirts every day, right? But that was us. We wore skirts every single day, period, right? And people would talk about us, bully us, and things like that because we were different, not because we didn't look nice necessarily, but because we were different. Right now, there were some other things going on with me too, right? But anyway, let me keep going. So, I want to talk about the depression piece of it. Oh, every day, Fatima. Okay, you with me? Somebody understand where I'm going with this, right? You know what I mean? Trying to keep up with these trends, though, guys, will keep you depressed, right? The comparison culture, right? I like to call it the comparison trap, right? So, comparing ourselves to other people really erodes our own self-esteem, right? It because what it does is it takes our eyes off of all of the things that the Lord has blessed us with, right? And we start looking at other people and what they have going on, and so we start to diminish what we have. Yeah. So we start to diminish what we have, right? And so when we diminish what we have, guess what happens? Well, we start to get depressed, right? Because it leads to us feeling like we're never enough. What I have is not enough. It's not good enough. I need more in order to feel beautiful, to look beautiful, in order to keep up with all of the people who are around me. Right. So when we're talking about our peers, right? And so, when our peers are really the ones that kind of help to shape our emotional health. That is the truth, especially when we're young women. It's our peers, right? And so as we get older, if we have not established our own self-worth in Christ, well, and establish our own sense of purpose, our own sense of worth, our own fashion style and things like that. Well, we're going to be looking across and then we're going to feel like, man, like we're missing something. Right. And it really just leads to constant dissatisfaction. Right. So when we're always looking for the next trend, guys, we're never satisfied with what we have. And so the focus really just breeds anxiety and dissatisfaction in the present. We can't even really look at what we got going on right now. Let me see. It says, I went to church where we wore pants and had church friends who had to wear skirts every day. Her father was very strict and she couldn't do much anything. It forced her to rebel and act out. Yeah, that is yeah, Yahweh is on the way. Yes, let me say this because that is a very true statement. That is a very true statement. I don't have the statistics. Maybe I'm going to look up the statistics on that. But that's a very true statement, at least from my own personal upbringing and from the women that I have counseled, who grew up in holiness. Right? Because yeah, I remember just from personal experience. I remember my friends used to sneak pants to school. They would sneak pants to school, right? That was my acting out. That's what I did. They would sneak pants to school, and I would wear them at school and things like that. And child, I remember that one time. That one time I got on the bus and I had not changed my clothes. Lord help you, girl. Lord help your girl, right? And so I said, oh boy. And I said, you know what? I can't start changing my clothes right now on the bus because my sister is on the bus and I'm afraid that she might tell on me. It's like, okay, I'm just gonna sneak in. I'm gonna sneak into the house. And guess what I saw when I got home? Now, my parents ain't never sat in the front yard. Both of them sitting in the front yard sunbathing or something. I don't know what they was doing. Sitting in the front yard. And here I am with them breeches on, with them pants on. Lord have mercy. Anyway. Anyway, I remember that day. All right. So anyway, but have you guys ever heard she did that too and got caught when she ended up getting hurt and ended up in the hospital? Wow. Wow. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Okay, I see what you're saying. So she ended up getting hurt, ended up in the hospital, and that's how they started with the pound zone. Got it. Okay. Have you guys ever heard of um the hedonic treadmill? Okay. So every once in a while I like to throw out a fancy psychology term, right? So I'm gonna give a simplified definition, the one that's a working definition for me. It says, okay, so imagine, and I got this right off the internet. It says, imagine you're running on a treadmill that always keeps moving no matter how fast you go. No matter how hard you run, you stay in the same place. It says, when it comes to happiness, the treadmill means that when we get something new or exciting, it makes us happy for a little while, like a new toy, like a game, a fun trip, a new piece of jewelry. But after a while, we get used to it and it doesn't make us happy as it did at first. Then we start wanting something else to feel that excitement again. That's what shopping can do. That's what following trends can do. Okay. And so, right, and so if we're not careful, again, if you guys are just jumping on, I'm not telling you guys not to shop. I'm saying be very mindful. Be very mindful, like, why am I shopping? What do I need? That's why I talk a lot about shopping our closet, right? One of the issues is I know people ain't got like a disposable income like that where they can just keep shopping, buying stuff, buying stuff, buying stuff. But the other thing is, well, we got stuff in our closet and we kind of don't need anything else. Right? We have to assess what we have in our closets first. Once we assess what we have in our closets, then we can say, okay, I need to pull more things into my closet to complete an outfit, to complete a wardrobe, right? Because we don't buy something for just one outfit, or we shouldn't. We shouldn't buy something that we can only wear with one thing, right? It's not a good use of money, right? You know what I mean? People know that I love Christian Louboutins, right? A lot of people call them red bottoms, right? Christian Louboutins. I love the shoe. I love the red on the bottom of the sole. I just love them. I love them, love them, love them. So I have a lot of them in my closet, right? Now, rarely do I buy a trendy Christian Louboutin because first of all, the trendy ones cost a lot more money than the classics. But I enjoy wearing the classics because, well, they are classics and because they never change the style, they never go on sale unless you buy them secondhand, right? It's like they always stay the same. Okay. And so I'll have the same shoes forever, right? If I take good care of them. And I do. I take very good care of my shoes, right? And The shoes that I don't want anymore, they're usually because they're a trendy shoe, right? The resale value is pretty good. So I just sold a pair of Christian Louboutins. I just sold them. I'm gonna ship them out tomorrow, right? You know what I mean? But sticking with the classics helps us to really establish our own identity. It really helps us to establish what we like, and then we don't have to worry about going out buying things over and over and over and over and over and over again because you'll have the same shoes, right? I get the taps redone, the heel taps redone. You know what I mean? Or I get them resoled. Put a new sole on them, right? It's like I have them forever. And other pairs I've given to my sister, still in great condition. I just know that I didn't want them anymore, right? So, but if we get caught up in this treadmill, this hedonic treadmill, guys, it's like we'll be chasing something that we're never able to catch, right? That's not good for our emotional health. It's not good for us, right? And then it just keeps you broke. It keeps you broke, right? It becomes a financial burden, right? Trends are often very costly, guys, right? And chasing them means repeatedly spending money over and over again every year, every season, right? You know what I mean? And so you'll have very few things that have any value, right? Because the thing about a trend is they come and they go, right? And so if they come and they go, that means that, well, you just spent or splurged on this trend, right? And so next season, boop, they're gone. They're gone, right? So are you going to continue wearing them, right? Most people don't when they buy something that's a trend. Most people don't. It's just not a good investment, right? So typically, if I'm gonna buy something that's trendy, it ain't gonna cost very much money. It's just not gonna cost very much money. Okay. Because I need my money for other things, right? So I'm not gonna say I never buy trends. That would be a lie. Because there's certain things I'm like, "Ooh, I like this. I know this ain't gonna last forever, but right now we about to rock this because this is really cute." Yeah. Because you get to do what you want to do with your money, right? But should we be breaking the bank for it? Because how does that impact your mental health? You didn't spend your money, and so now, you know, um, a situation hits your life. You need new tires, or something breaks in the house. Right? Everybody don't have homeowners insurance. Everybody don't have, the type of insurance that pays for something if it breaks. Everybody don't have money saved up for a rainy day. These are all traps that I fell in years ago, right? There are still some money habits I'm trying to break, right? Because again, talking about that chokehold or that stronghold. There's still things that's like, yeah, I'm just not going to the store. I'm just not going, right? Because I'm already knowing I'm gonna see something I want, right? I mean, I ain't never walked in a store and not seen something that I wanted, right? So you got to stay out of it. Stay out the store. Stay out the store net because you don't need nothing. All right. So I mean that's the kind of discipline that we need to have, right? Because my emotional health is more important. My emotional health is more important, right? I mean, think about it. If you have to put on mascara or eyeliner or anything, right? Any enhancements before you leave the house, that's very telling. Right? I know I just took a like a I know I just went left field with y'all because we wasn't necessarily talking about that, but that just popped in my mind, right? Because that reminded me about the shopping that I used to do because I wasn't gonna leave the house with something that y'all had already seen, right? Right. That's another reason why I am so dead set on I'm shopping my closet. Yep, y'all done seen this again and again and again and again, right? Because I'm breaking off that nasty habit, that nasty stronghold that tells me that somebody already seen that. You need to impress somebody by doing X, Y, and Z. Child, that was in my 20s, right? I don't even think like that anymore. I don't even think like that anymore, but I'm not going to give no room for it to come back either, right? Maturity has told me that, girl, no, we can't, you can't do that, right? Debt cycle. Many people turn to credit to fund their lifestyle, which can quickly spiral into debt as trends outpace income. Come on, Klarna. Come on, Afterpay. Come on, Affirm. I mean, it's like you could use like the pay later for almost anything, right? And so by the time your paycheck comes, because you have to put that stuff on automatic, right? I use those things too. I'm not gonna say that I don't, right? And I'm not speaking against it. I'm just saying that if that's what you're doing and it outmatches your income to keep up with a trend, we in trouble. Anybody else use Afterpay, Affirm, Klarna, any of those kinds of things? Right? It's like, I guess I'm the only one, right? You know what I mean? But we have to make sure that we have a good control over that kind of stuff, right? I use it less and less now. I mean, when it first came out, I was like, this is cool. This is cool. I ain't even got to have no money and I can buy this. It make you feel like you spent less. No, you didn't. Thank you, Rhonda. Make you feel like you spent less. You didn't spend less. You did not. Right? And if you got good credit, right, then the interest rate is either very small or none at all. You still paying. You didn't pay less. You still paying for that, right? So you feel less guilty about dropping that band on them shoes. You don't feel as guilty about it, right? And I ain't trying to guilt anybody. I'm just talking about myself, so I ain't got to talk about you, right? You know what I mean? They still cost $900. So you better wear them until them soles fall off. And when the soles fall off, go on ahead and resole them again. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes, yes. Yahweh is on the way. Yes, yes, yes. Girl, them credit cards. My daddy used to warn us about credit cards. He just said, don't get one. He said, don't get one, is what he said. That's what he told us. I wish he would have said a little bit more about why not to get them, right? But I learned, like you gonna learn today, right? But I did learn, right? And so the Lord is teaching me how to manage all of those things. And so I'm here talking about it, the dangers, because we still gonna be looking cute, right? Right? But there's so many different ways that we could do it without following and chasing all of these trends that's gonna get us in trouble. Another issue with trends, no wealth accumulation. Every dollar spent on the latest item or experience is one less dollar towards a savings, investment, or financial security. Yes, Rhonda, right? Again, I'm gonna keep saying this because I don't want y'all to think that I'm telling y'all not to shop because I'm not. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that we have to be mindful. We have to be very mindful, right? Because I want to read that again. Every dollar spent on the latest item or experience is one less dollar towards savings, investment, or financial security. That's something that my husband talks to me about all the time. There's so many other ways, guys, for us to look beautiful, feel confident, look confident, all that kind of stuff. So many other ways. So many other ways, right? That's why you guys see a lot of my thrift store finds. And there ain't no shame in my game. Somebody messed around and made it popular. Remember, I think it's some song, I'm gonna pop some tags or something. I got $20 in my pocket. I never even heard the whole song. My daughters used to sing that song. I was like, say, you say what? Because honey, I remember when we were kids and we would go to the thrift store with my mom. We would find some cute stuff at the thrift store, but I didn't want to be seen there. No way. I did not want to be seen there. And I remember when people used to pass by, I used to run and hide, and she'd be like, why are you hiding? They here too. She was like, they here too. Why are you hiding? Right? You know, but yeah, but I loved me a good thrift store because you find some good high quality things for pennies on the dollar, pennies on the dollar. All right. So the value of timelessness, right? That's talking about the classics, y'all. You know what I mean? Being very intentional about being classic, about, just looking polished and beautiful, right? Doesn't have to be a trend. So that's why I like to opt for just high quality basics and things. Remember, I talk a lot about basics, things that you can layer, things that you could make into various outfits, having a good solid pair of slacks or a good solid, skirt, black, brown, gray, tan, you know what I mean? And denim, if you're a denim person, and denim, light denim, dark denim, and maybe a pair of distressed denim, right? You know what I mean? Because you could pair it with so many different things, right? If you guys have not watched some of my videos, just go back and watch all of the videos, the styling videos. I know in the beginning, because I was really I'm still really just getting started. You know what I mean? Some of those videos, they were grainy and stuff like that. Listen, I'm just learning as I go, putting these videos together. I'm not no expert or whatever like that. I just do believe that the Lord has given me a gift to be able to put like different outfits together, you know what I mean? And doing things on a budget. So I mix very budget friendly things with with luxury items that I do have in my closet, honey. I will blend and fold in a minute. Right. My husband, he's so funny. He calls it cut and paste. I said, I don't care what you call it. I'm going to call it fashion, brother. You know what I mean? Because they're going to get this Shein skirt. They're getting it today. Yep. This whole outfit, $15. I paid $15 for that. And I'm wearing it with them Christian Louboutins. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Right? Because like that kind of stuff don't matter to me. It don't matter to me. I would feel like $1,000,000, right? Now, if you one of the people who say, I don't shop at Shein, you know what I mean, because child labor or something, somebody got on my page talking about that. It's like I don't know anything about that. That is not my conviction, you know what I mean? But if it is yours, right? Then eat the meat, spit out the bones, right? Stay at the thrift shop, okay? You know what I mean? For things that just don't cost very much. Okay. And so, and then also, just learning to elevate your style, right? You know what I mean? Like watch some of my videos and other people too, right? They should be modest though, right? For inspiration, but create your own style. Create your own style. Look in the mirror. Make sure you have a full view mirror, right? You know what I mean? Where you can look and you can look at yourself. Don't be afraid to put things together and see how you like them, right? You'll start to develop your own signature style, right? And sometimes it's pulling something from this person, pulling something from, the person that you've seen at church, whatever, right? To kind of create a style, right? And I really do hope and pray that my fashion tips and things have been an inspiration to people where they could kind of look to my style as something that's modest, that's elegant, that's classy, and still very, very fashionable. Right. All right. So and then I also kind of want to say, like, as we kind of wrap this up, guys, is just remembering who we are, right? We're really living with a purpose. right? That we are a child of the King. We really are a child of the King. And so the first thing that we want people to see when they look at us is our smile, right? You know what I mean? Our joy that is hard to miss, right? Because it just like it just seeps out of us. You understand? It just seeps out of us. You know what I mean? And everywhere we go, right? It just reverberates everywhere, 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 everywhere we go. I think I said that word right, right? Everywhere we go. Right, it's there, and people see the joy of Jesus that's in us, right? You know what I mean? And so we're not really looking to impress people, although we may be impressive. Can I say that again? We're not looking to impress people, although we may be impressive, right? You know what I mean? Um, Remember what our personal values and our goals and our desires and our dreams are, right? And we're not looking for trends to fill our cup, because that's not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen. Let me see. I found the sense that I'm getting older. I've grown more confident in what I wear since the season change. My taste has changed as well. Pinterest gives me inspo, and just finding your channel as well. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Yes, absolutely. I totally agree. As I've gotten older, and I want to say this because I mean I've said this before in another one of my videos. As I really am wrapping up, closing for the second time. I'm married to a pastor. I'm closing for the second time, right? When once I What really prompted me to start this channel was I was working from home, am working from home, and the majority of the time I am not on camera. I probably have one or two clients that I'm on camera with, right? Everybody else is not really on camera. And so there was really no need for me to get dressed. And so I found that I was really feeling really, just really kind of melancholy. I just really didn't really have any joy, because it's like, I mean, I have clothes in my closet that I never wear. It's like I feel like I was never really going anywhere. I missed the camaraderie of, like, of coworkers and all that kind of stuff. It's like, I mean, I felt like the only time I ever put clothes on is when I was going to church, right? And that felt really depressing for me, right? And so the Lord said, get up and get dressed. Get up and get dressed. With nowhere to go, Father, get up and get dressed. And so that's what I started doing. I got up and I started getting dressed. Right. I was doing my hair, took off that radio headscarf that I had on all the time. I got up and got dressed. And so when I got up and got dressed, my mood shifted. I felt better. I felt better, right? You know what I mean? No more running to the store, and whatever it is that I pulled out of the basket. No more of that. No more of that. And so then he said, okay, now get this channel going. That's how we got started, right? And so, let me, well, hold on. I missed a step. So I said, okay, my body is shifting, right? Because 50, menopause, all that good stuff, right? So my body was shifting. And so I was looking for fashion inspiration. And so when I was looking for fashion inspiration, even from channels that profess to be Christian women, there was a lot of flesh on display. I was like wearing a lot of jackets or blazers with no shirt underneath, not even a bra, just some kind of tape or something, right? And just I'm like, this what Christian women doing? I was like, not me and my Holy Ghost. We ain't gonna do it. You know what I mean? That it wasn't even in my mind to do. But I was like, wow, you know what I mean? And I mean, just really just very bare, just very bare. It was crazy. And so the Lord said, you do the channel. You have a channel that you started 5 years ago, and you've done nothing with it. It was not even in my mind to do fashion. Never in my mind to do fashion. It was always emotional Mondays. That's what I had done this for, right? He said, do the fashion. I said, I could do that, Father. Right. And so I have to seek the Lord too about the things that I put on, because I'm showing y'all. Right. I have to seek the Lord. Like, is this okay, Father? Right. You know what I mean? He convicts me still about some things that I put on. I'm like, girl, you cannot wear that. You cannot wear that. It's like, girl, you been in the gym hitting all them squats and that backside doing something different now, right? It's like, so you can either look like a brick house and everybody be looking at that thing thinging, right? You know what I mean? Or you can get something with a little less lycra in it. Okay. So anyway, people act like that's a new kind of modest dressing like that, but it's not really, not at all. Not at all. Right. But yeah, Yahweh is on the way. I'm trying to tell y'all, listen, it's like, girl, that's why I be talking about that full view mirror. That full view mirror. Sometimes I'll walk out in something and my husband like, I'm like, oh, okay, let me say that for day night or something. Yeah, we're not wearing that to church. He be trying to do it in a nice way so he don't like, bust me up, too bad or whatever. But just like that is not for church. That ain't for church. We're not wearing that to the house of the Lord, okay? Not saying that you can't wear that, right? Like that leggings video that I did. Leggings ain't for church, right? Unless you got a super long tunic on. I mean super long. Almost like the length of a modest dress long, right? Leggings is not for church. Okay, I just felt like I need to say that. Anyway, yeah, right. Exactly. Girl, where you think you going? Where you think you going? Anyway, y'all, listen, I'm gonna go ahead and end this, right? But I just want to challenge us as I close for the third time. As I close for the third time. Jennifer says, what okay, listen, let me see, cousin. Love it, love it. I have to come get those beautiful pieces from you cleaning your closet. Yes, you do. We'll schedule a time. We will schedule a time. All right, guys. As I close, I just want to challenge us, right, to keep the first things first, right? Remember who we are trying to represent. Remember that we are beautiful in our own right. We don't have to be chasing no trends, right? And it just leads to destruction anyway, right? It just leads to destruction anyway, you know. I want us all to have a great come up, right? You know what I mean? I want us to live a more fulfilled life. I want us to be more financially stable. Some of y'all probably already rolling in the dough and thank the Lord for that, right? But there is even more for us to gain. Right. And so, how much money we are going to save, how much time we are going to save, how much energy we're going to save, how much better we're going to feel about ourselves when we're no longer chasing trends. All right. All right, because we're gonna live our authentic life. All right, guys, listen, I love you. I love you guys so much. Thank you again for all of my followers, both new and old. Right. I appreciate you so very, very much. I want you guys to have the most amazing day. It has been my pleasure to be with you guys. And listen, we will be talking soon. All right. Bye.